us pray. Creator God, we praise you and are filled with gratitude for the numerous gifts, the countless blessings that come to us from you. We take delight in who we are, in our athletic ability and our desire to compete, in winning and losing and being last as well as first. We take relish in the challenge and adventure of your great gifts of life. We come together this afternoon in a spirit of thanksgiving for the success of our football team winning the 4A state championship, in thanksgiving for Coach Henches, the fine Christian gentleman that he is, one truly committed to faith, family, and Helias High School. In thanksgiving for the support of parents, the student body, fans, alumni, and friends. Oh God, all that I am and all that I have, and all the good that I do, are gifts from you. I offer them back to you in humble gratitude. Thank you for your gifts. Amen.
Since that time, the Crusaders have reeled on 11 straight. The final paragraphs behind him. In there is Jonathan Lawrence. Back to pass, Everly throws it out for Gibson, and it's picked off by Chris Wilson at the 40-yard line. When the pass was thrown, and he picks it off, his second in the first half of the Crusaders had the ball back, 1st and 10 at the Ozark 41-yard line. And off is the winner. He is brought to the line of scrimmage. Guess who will finish? Who else? Kids have been in the backfield more than the offensive backs for the Ozark Tigers. Phil Pitch, only a junior at 240, and there may be coaches in the North Central Missouri Conference that will try to ask him to go to college early. Out of the reach come. Long snap count, free pitch, inches, looks for Ringer, inside the 20, kicks it outside, 15, 10, 5, looks for the end zone, touchdown! Schmitz got a handoff on a 1st and 10 from the 46, gets to the corner, down the sidelines, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Schmitz goes 54 yards for the touchdown. 7 of those were like they've been inside their own 20-yard line. We've got some third quarter numbers to pass away after this first play. Out the out formation from the 15. Everly drops back to pass. Screen intercepted for a touchdown. He went around the screen, was picked up by Josh Kuczynski. Everybody is there. You know, you've got statistics, and this defense will not be the greatest defense of all time for the Crusaders statistically, but I'll tell you what, they get my vote for one of the greatest of all time. In Melville in September, and that the final paragraphs and the final chapter for Ray Hinches would be written here this afternoon at the Trans World Dome. And the final words will say, state champion. That's it, the final play, and the state championship has been won by the Helias Crusaders.
We'd like to thank Kevin Kelly of KWS Radio. Kevin is here this afternoon, a great play-by-play guy and a good friend. It is my pleasure this afternoon to introduce Coach Hinches. And I thought a lot about what I'd like to say in introducing Coach Hinches, and then I read Sunday's paper, and Tom Leffler said it better. In case you missed the article on the front page of Sunday's paper, I'm going to read it to you. St. Louis. If class counts, Ray Hinches has been a champion every year for 33 years. Winning seasons, losing seasons, championship seasons, disappointing seasons. Everybody loves Raymond. For the record, Hinches finished his career as the Helias coach with his second championship, a 37-12 dismantling of Ozark. The Dome, which sees more than its share of football futility on Sundays, saw a football machine on Saturday in the 4A title game. Can you say perfect ending? But the Hinches record is more than wins and losses in state championships. Although 251, 99, and 3 is eye-catching enough, he taught his players more than X's and O's and the lonesome polecat. From Hinches, they learned how to win and lose with style, how to play the game with a dignified passion. It's been a wonderful life and a wonderful ride for Hinches. He's the George Bailey of high school football coaches. Every time Helias scores, an angel gets its wings. Not quite, especially not in the NCMC. There aren't that many good people around. But his impact has run deep indeed. What would Helias football have been without Ray Hinches? What would Helias High School have been without Ray Hinches? What difference did he make in the lives he touched through the years from the Vietnam War to Zippergate? Hard to consider, no fun to fathom. I just want the kids to feel like I gave them a good chance, treated them like human beings, and had fun while we were playing, Hinches said, and I think most of them will tell you that. Humble, pure, unassuming, successful, correct. What you see is what you get. Don't be fooled, however. Hinches has a competitive fire in his gut, to be sure. He knows football, and he knows how to win football games. Jefferson City has been blessed indeed with not one but two of the greatest coaches in the high school game has ever seen. While they may have differed in their approach to the game, the former players of Pete Atkins and Ray Hinches remain true. They run through a wall for their coach. Look around the state, how lucky we've been. The hearty Helias throng started the "We Love Ray" chant in the closing minutes of Saturday's win. Then came the crowning glory, the trophy presentation, and a ride off the field on his players' shoulders. Perfect. The 1998 champions finished the job, but this victory ride was just as much for the 1988, 1978, and 1968 teams. Never mind that Ray dropped the trophy and broke it. This one's for you, Ray, a champion coach and a champion person. How fitting that this final game came during Thanksgiving week. Sometimes we take the classics for granted. We shouldn't. Thank you, Ray. You'll be missed. Ladies and gentlemen, the best high school football coach in the state of Missouri, Ray Hinches.
I'm speechless on an occasion like this. You've heard everything I've said about how great it was, how sweet it is, but it couldn't have come at a better time than in St. Louis. You people were represented by a great group of kids. One of the finest groups, if not the finest groups. We got more effort from these kids probably than any team we have for quite some time. They say we didn't have any superstars. Maybe not in size, maybe not in tremendous ability, but in effort and dedication, this group doesn't have to take second place to anyone that's ever went and played high school football. This group, I'll tell you that. So I appreciate your effort. I'd like to, for the coaches to come up, and I'd like to introduce them as they come on, as you walk on forward. Let's go, all you coaches, young coaches too. Take away, it's a team effort. I get a lot of credit, but these guys do the work, and they are. Some of you heard this before, but I'm going to repeat it so you know who really is responsible for all the great things that happened this year. I'd like to start with Mike Jeffries. He is our defensive coordinator. He calls all the stunts when we get the sacks. I haven't called defensive. About the only thing I've asked him in the last 30 years, I'm going to block the punt. That's about it. I trust him. He's been responsible for all the defensive stunts and everything we've done. Joe Schaefer has been, and he's been with me for 30 years. Joe, I forget, 14, 15, 13, lucky 13. Joe was up in the press box this year, and that was a big plus to have someone up there that worked with us every day. He always was telling us what we should run. I listened to him probably 90% of the time. Didn't listen to him 10% of the time, but one of the reasons we were successful, Joe developed our blocking schemes a couple years ago, and it was a big boon for us. And he coaches the linebackers and also the tight ends. Mike coaches the defensive guards and tackles, and also the offensive centers and guards. Chris Cooper has been with me, what, 18 years? 16. It's been so long, it just flies. Coach Cooper does a great job with our defensive end and our offensive tackles. They are just well skilled, well trained, and Coach Cooper deserves a lot. Coach Eichmeyer has been with us 12 years. I'm getting old and forgetful. We moved Ron up. He's been with the freshman program for 11 years. This year, the second year, we moved him up to the varsity, and he handles our offensive center. And Ryan Boardman, he was his psychiatrist this year. And Ryan grew a lot when we put Ron on him. But Ron has played some college football. He's on our offensive center, our defensive nose, and also worked with our kickers. My son Chris has only been with us 5 years, 6 years. Chris is responsible for making Chris Wilson, or Chris Wilson was responsible for making my son look like a great defensive back coach. But he handles the secondary and also all of our offensive backs, say the quarterbacks, which I coach. So I have no position, but I have got a fantastic staff, and that's the reason we were successful. Credit goes and lies within the entire coaching staff. I know I'm going to get to those freshman coaches because they built Brad Hay. They've been with us 7 years. Brad played here for center. He was an all-state center for us, not very big, but he was good. And he's handled our freshman program. He's 155 pounds, and the Dave standard is not very big. And he does a great job with our freshman program. And Travis, this is your 3rd year with us, isn't it? He's kind of a grad assistant. He's been an emergency coach, and he's helped out with the freshmen. And this year he's not here. Chris Amy is our other coach. So these guys deserve a lot of round of applause too. And what we'd like to do is to call each player up, and we'll start with the underclassmen. The way I'm going to call you up is your numerical guide, your numerical numbers, and we only have 50 medals. We've got the other 20 on order. Everybody's going to get a medal, but I can't give everyone today. So unfortunately, if you wore a low number, you're not going to get one today. But come on up anyway, and we'd just like for you to walk down the middle of the floor after we present you with the medal. No, I'll tell you when you can start getting medals. Shake hands until I tell you. We got 3 freshmen that were with us. Cody Berenson is a freshman manager. So Cody, if you come on up. Matt Kramer. You can hold your applause till kind of toward the end here. Matt Kramer and Luke Magnifields. Come on up, guys. These are 3 freshmen that we took along to the dome with us. Every kid we took got on the field, and that is very important. Okay? Tom Cruising, these are our sophomores. Tom Cruising. Brett Rabel. Max Rodman. Max got injured in that game, he slowed up a little bit. And Ken Walters, another sophomore quarterback. Now we look at medals for you guys. The rest of you, except the managers, come on forward and the coaches will hang a medal on you. Okay, Anthony Dueno, sophomore running back. Brian Schulte, a sophomore running back. You know what one big hand is? pronounce your name, everybody? Everybody, ready? That's good. Let's do it now, okay? Okay. Chris Colbert? You're good at it. Justin Harwell? Aaron Schmidt? Nick Schatzer? John Amy? Brian Burst-Weiss? Ryan White? John Lau? Paul Hummel? Josh Dickey? John Smits? Shane Sampoli? Gary Kemper? Eric Copeland? Travis LePage? Tyler Stroke? Mason Wallace? And Mike Myers. This is our future, people. These are our sophomores. There's a lot of good players. And then probably three very important sophomores that if you just come out here and stand with the sophomores, Chris Kelly, our cameraman. Chris Rinke, manager, and Adam Miner. All right, juniors, Ryan Morgan, extra point kicker, field goal kicker. His field goal was the third longest in playoff history, 37 yards. Brad Kroll, defensive halfback, and also an offensive halfback. Nick Mortmeyer, the junior fullback. Nick Riddell. Nick did an extra job for us, snapping punts and extra points all year. Brian Dunn. Steve Wheeler. Levi Hartway. Mason Wilkers. Marcus Wilkers, excuse me. Got to put the glasses on. Oh, that's a whole lot clearer. Mike Kelly. Kyle Aiken. And these are the junior starters who saw a lot of action. Joey Prager, our free safety. And 3 or 4 tip passes in that outstanding game. Pat Maycloster, starting offensive guard. Brian Welch. Running backs are going to be in trouble next year if he puts on 10 or 15 pounds. Most of them are in trouble this year. Phil Pitts. Phil had a great game. Biggest kid we got, 6'3", 6'4", 240. Puts on a little more weight, he can play probably anywhere he wants to. And Jason Van Loo, the disc really, here's one of our top linebackers, leading tackler all year, and he goes down in the second series. And it definitely was a disappointment for Jason, but I think he'll be back here next year anyway, so he'll get his chance next year. All right, our seniors, Wayne, I got one junior yet, Wayne Brakeman, the junior manager. our seniors, Joanne, Kyle Harrison, and Derek Smith. Yeah, once you seniors, since you're going to be no longer part of this group, you're leaving, why don't you all start right under the basket and stay in the middle. These are the guys that got us there in their senior year. These are the seniors who started and played a lot up there in St. Louis. Chad Castleman, our quarterback. Really had a great year. Derek Lukanoff scored the first touchdown and second touchdown. Stuart Hedges, the popular finishes here, the second leading rusher in Helias history with over 2,000 yards. Casey, the heat-seeking missile, Frank. Only seen him now the next 2 times on paper. Had a great year for us. Chris Wilson. Set a state record with 2 interceptions and a career game. I think he knocked 4 other. He had 83, so frustrated and wound up at 83. Wasn't one of my favorite people on their team. And he also set a career interception record with 12. So he's one of the Ryan Burke, our offensive center, he did a great job all year. Brad Besson, offensive guard and defensive end. Mitch Rotherman, who came in and filled in for the injured Jason. Brian Grace. You still got enough? Got a few left? Good. Ken Huni. Amazing receiver. Picked for the touchdown. You don't talk about the touchdown. I know. Saving those two. Matt Schmitz. Second meeting rusher. I think when we moved into fullback was when we began to think that we had all the things we needed to get where we got. And finally, defensive lineman's dream had a career game. I think he had 3 tackles for losses. He had 2 quarterback sacks, had an interception, a lineman's dream to intercept one and run it back for a touchdown and punish the quarterback, get around to the end zone, Josh Kunsky. Let's give these guys one more hand as they take their seats. We stole the figure off the 84 championship trophy. It's a little dull, but we're going to get a new one for this trophy. Sister Jean, you come forward and both captains would like to present to you with the state championship trophy.
It's a real pleasure to accept this on behalf of the faculty and student body of Helias High School. It's been our gift to watch you guys all year. And let me tell you that Coach Hentges and the rest of the coaching staff believe that we could be here for the game But I would suggest that there was one thing that we didn't practice well enough, and that was carrying Coach Hensch's off the field.
As Coach Hinchins came to the podium today, I presented him with the first Helias Crusaders 4A State Football Championship hat and sweatshirt, courtesy of Central Missouri Athletics. We thank them very much for that. I'm sure that all of you will have plenty of opportunity to get one of those in the next several days. Pride is one of the greatest human emotions. Unfortunately, it's one that our culture doesn't give us a whole lot of opportunity to experience. It causes us to like and respect ourselves. It makes us feel exultation and exhilaration as we bask in our personal excellence. The dictionary says pride is associated with strength and is founded upon something that one is or has done. In my previous job at the Parks and Recreation Department, I had an opportunity to write a column once a month for the Jefferson City News Tribune on the psychology of youth sports. A common theme and one of my strongest beliefs about education and the development of young people was used in those articles, and that is, in a nutshell, that sports, particularly team sports, when handled appropriately by the adults that are involved, provides an avenue from which kids can learn values and develop precious human skills which are as valuable and as important as anything we can possibly hope to teach you in the classroom. Lessons these players have learned, like the value of self-discipline, hard work, teamwork and team building, cooperation, dedication, commitment, determination, goal setting, pride of accomplishment, patience, tolerance, initiative, resourcefulness, concentration, judgment, how to handle pressure and disappointment, how to balance multiple tasks, how to be humble in victory and graceful in defeat. Today we're here to honor a masterful head coach, dedicated, enthusiastic assistant coaches, and an incredible group of young men who have had a mountaintop experience, who have learned and applied the lessons made available to them and have attained a goal so lofty that today we salute them as, without a doubt, the best 4A football team in the state of Missouri. Today I'm proud. I'm proud of the thousands of Helias fans who represent Helias High School so marvelously Saturday at the TVA Dome, exhibiting sportsmanship in class. I'm proud of our students who made the trip to St. Louis in huge numbers to support their classmates and friends and who conducted themselves wonderfully. Of our cheerleaders who worked so hard to help Helias spirit thrive. I'm proud of this team, a team that had few returning starters after 2 straight years when Helias fans were optimistic about showing full chances. This was the team that wasn't supposed to be there, the team that wasn't that good, the team that everyone laughed off after the first 4 games of the season. I'm proud because they are a team. There are no superstars or super egos, just a bunch of great kids, good athletes, who worked hard, listened well, paid the price since last November, came to believe in themselves and their coaches, and to respect one another. I'm proud that our football players looked and acted classy. No bandanas, no Fu Manchus, no hot dogging, no taunting and dancing, just clean, hard, knock your socks off quickly. I'm proud that our football team has pregame masks, that they dress in shirts and ties, and that they conduct themselves as gentlemen